Welcome to Homemaking with Mima. If you're new here, my name is Wendy, and in today's video, it's going to be a few canning projects that I wanted to get done, and I'm going to bring you along with me. So if you can't tell or not, I'm not at my own home. We are watching our twin grandchildren for my son and his wife, and I figured while they're at school, I can get a project done. And I was going to make a grape jelly, and then I got the wrong kind of grape juice. You have to make sure that you get 100% grape juice. I got the greater value, but it had things in it, and so I was questionable on that. So then I decided, we need some salsa. It's not that we're in a huge need, but I did have a Mrs. Wages packet, and I have plenty of the petite diced tomatoes that you use. So that's what I'm gonna do over here. I brought my electric pressure canner, but it's also a water bath canner, and this is going to be water bath, so I don't have to worry too much about that. So yes, I'm going to get this can today, and I think I'm not gonna go through it step by step. I'll just bring you along for bits and pieces of it. So when you use the Mrs. Wages packet, it gives you the directions on the back for making it just for serving, or if you want to freeze it, or if you want to can it. And I'm going to be following the canning. It calls for the packet, 6 14.5 ounce cans of the petite diced tomatoes, and a half a cup of vinegar. And when you go to can it, you have to bring this to a complete boil. Your jars have to be hot, and I'll bring you along for, I'll just show you once I get it into the canner and that, because it is going to be water bath canned. It doesn't need to be pressure canned. So I've already put in the Mrs. Wages and the vinegar, and now I'm just going to bring it to a boil, and then I'll be ready to put it in the jars. I did bring my Presto electric canner over here. I kept the box so it's easy transport for me, and I've got it set up. It does get hot, and I don't want to ruin their countertops, so I put a big bath towel and then a cookie sheet upside down, so that should be fine for the countertop. But there's a plug-in right here, and so that makes it easy for me, and it's level. So right now I am warming up the jars inside of the Presto, and I've got it set on boil water can or water bath canning. And so, yep, that's what it is. That's what I'm doing. All right, when you're water bath canning, you don't put the regulator on, so you will see steam and hear the water in this Presto digital canner. But you will see that it's also doing its process as far as canning. Okay, so I have 10 half-pint containers of salsa, and they've been popping here. Oh, there you go. So they're doing their job. Yep, they're sealing good. All right, I'm gonna cover them up and let them sit overnight. So I've got them covered up. That batch makes a lot of salsa, and I don't double decker my electric pressure canner. And I have 1.5 cups of it left over. I'm letting it cool off in the refrigerator here. I'm going to be putting it into a storage container, and that I can put into the freezer for my family. But that is the Mrs. Wages salsa. I know I've done it before, but I'm busy doing it today, so I just thought I'd bring you along for a quick video of it. So today I am going to be canning cranberries for cranberry juice. I've already got them cleaned. This is going to be a water bath project. I've already got my jars are clean, and we're going to start it from a cool or a cold process, meaning because my cranberries were in the refrigerator, my jars have to be cool or room temperature, and the water in my water bath canner has to be cool as well. And then we will start the process together so that it heats up together all together. So then you're not compromising your product, you're not compromising your jars, and you're not going to compromise your seals at all. And I'm going to bring you along with me. Okay, so when I've looked online at what measurements people use for their cranberry juice, it can be anywhere for quart size. It can be anywhere from a cup to a cup and a half to a cup and 3/4. So what I'm going to do is, usually I've done a cup. This time I'm going to do a cup and 3/4. And because I don't have a 3/4 scoop, I will be using the 1/4 scoop 3 times. So that's what you're going to be seeing. And I have 8 jars out here. We'll see what I can get filled. Okay, so it looks like the cup and 3/4 brings it about halfway. And then what I'll do is I'm going to put filtered water. I'm going to use my own water, but I'm going to filter it. And I believe it's a 1-inch headspace or a 1/2-inch headspace. I'm going to have to double look on that. So I did just look it up for the quart size. Half an inch headspace to a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to do a 1/2 inch headspace. And to process a quart, it's going to be 25 minutes for water bathing in my area. Okay, when you're putting your lids on, fingertip tight. Don't crank them on because you're going to compromise your seal. Okay, I should have wrote it down, but I didn't. I can only get 7 quarts in my water bath canner. So the other one, I'm going to take the cranberries. I have more that I didn't use, and I'm going to just put the cranberries in that 8th jar that I had and put them in the freezer for future cranberries to do, more than likely in January, February. All right, so with water bathing, the best thing for you to do is to either watch videos, YouTube videos, or read up on it, and or both, which is what I did. And I still refer. I use Google a lot. But I do, for the water bath, you want it 1 inch above the jars. And so now I have this on, and I'm going to bring it up to a boil. And again, with water bath canning, you want to add a rapid boil. Once it comes to a rapid boil, then I'm going to set my timer for these quarts for cranberries. I looked it up on Google. 25 minutes. So they're going to be processing for 25 minutes. Okay, you've seen me take them out. I always cover them up with a blanket. They get tucked in for the night. And I used 1 3/4 cups this time. And you can kind of hear it kind of pinged a little bit. They call it pinging or sealing. The 1 3/4 cups of the cranberries made this a lot darker. And you know what? I think I like that. So we will see if they all seal. Because there was quite a few cranberries that are out there. And I used the regular mouth jars for the juice, just because it's easier to get the product out of regular mouth when it's more like a juice than it is a hard product like potatoes or carrots or beans. So I usually save my regular size mouth jars for the cranberries. All right, so these are going to get tucked away. And I will be coming back. It'll be just moments for you. But I will be coming back. I am going to be also canning beans for my personal pantry shelf as well. I've got my cranberry juice, my jars all washed up now. And so now I'm going to let them dry, label them, and bring them downstairs. Now I am prepping my jars, and I'm getting them all cleaned. And I am going to be prepping for canning navy beans and pinto beans. And I'm going to be doing them in pint jars. I have to get these cleaned, and then I will show you the process that I'm going to do for overnight before I actually can them. So now I'm prepping my beans. I'm going to be canning my beans from a dried state, in a sense that I'm not going to cook them before I put them into the jars to pressure can them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to soak them overnight. And I've learned this from Jessica on 3 Rivers. Homestead. If you want to go to her channel and see in her playlist the canning of her beans. But she even does this even if she's not canning the beans, if she's going to be cooking them. She'll soak them overnight, and she uses, I want to say, a teaspoon in each like quart size jar. And so I'm just going to use a half a teaspoon in the pint size jars. And I'm going to be soaking these overnight, and I'm going to be putting, I'm not even going to level it off. I'm going to be putting a half a cup of the pinto beans into each one of these, and then I'll be putting water into them and letting them soak that way. I don't know how many I'm going to get, so I got quite a bit out here. I only got 1 pound bags. I should have gotten more. I wasn't realizing it, but I want to fill my shelves. And I do have some already on my shelf. I'm just prepping for winter. It's fall already, so. All right, so it looks like for the pinto beans, I'm going to get 6 pints. I also have Great Northern beans, or the white beans, navy beans, whatever you want to call them. I still have to sort through those, but I thought I'd get this done so that I could video it for you. And like I said, all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to soak these overnight. And I will rinse them and use fresh water when I go to can them tomorrow. So that is what I'm doing today, getting these prepped. I guess I should have mentioned why I'm soaking them overnight. So I am going to soak them overnight, and that will help as far as the canning process. But putting the apple cider vinegar in there is going to help with the digestive enzymes that are in beans so that our bodies can digest it better. And I'm assuming, I mean, I don't know the whole math and all that behind it, is that it's going to help with the gassiness that the beans do cause. Now, granted, it's not going to cure it 100%, but it is going to cut it down quite a bit. I am rinsing these out now. They sat overnight. And I will get them ready to can here in just a little bit. And I got this strainer at the Dollar Tree. It comes with the small one and it comes with the big one. The small one I use in my bathtub. The small one I use in my bathtub, and the big one I've saved for my canning projects. Although I have quite a few of them, so now I just donate them to the thrift store. So I will be doing some more canning today. I'm trying to get my shelves filled. Not completely, but I'm trying to fill it up with items that are easy for me to can. And today I'm going to be doing navy beans and some more pinto beans. I have not used my All-American canner in quite some time, but I have enough to do a double-decker, okay? And I don't do a double-decker. They say that you can stack things on top of each other in that presto. I don't do that, and I don't recommend it. Even though the manufacturer says it's okay, just be cautious. Stacking things on top of things that there's not a rack, because the electric pressure canner doesn't come with the rack. It comes with a rack for the bottom, and that's it. Do it at your own risk is what I'm saying. You can read up on it. I don't want to compromise. I went to all this trouble to do this. I don't want to compromise the food that I'm making for my family. So I don't want to compromise my seals. And especially beans. The pint beans are going to process in this pressure canner for 75 minutes. Now, you know that I have soaked them overnight, so I went to that trouble as well. And then to process them for 75 minutes, then after that's done, they have to sit overnight before I can clean the jars and check them. That is a lot of work that goes into it, and I don't want to waste that time. So I know I'm kind of ranting, but I love my electric pressure canner. Do not get me wrong, but I don't recommend doing double layers, as they say. You know, like you could, I think they show a picture of doing the half pints. I don't recommend it. And my lid is wet here because it was in the cupboard, you know, where I store it. It's in that one spare room. And it was really dusty. And I didn't want that to compromise anything. So I gave it a good washing down. So now I'm ready to finish processing my beans to get them in here. I'm down here in my pantry where my canning shelf is, and I've got all the projects that I have just recently done on the shelves. I got the cranberries back in the back here. We have 4 jars left here, so we're good until we're able to break into those. Here's the salsa, plenty of that. I have 2 rows of that and then 1 single one. Here's the navy beans that I had just recently canned up, and I've got the pinto beans are back behind these beans here. That is all that I have on here for now. My next project for canning before winter comes, I want to get more carrots, and I want to do apples for applesauce. Apples are on sale, so I'm going to buy them and make some applesauce to can. And we need more carrots. This will not be enough for the winter as far as when I go to open them up for stews and soups. And actually when we have roasts, I throw the carrots and some potatoes in with the roasts, probably about an hour and a half before we're ready to eat the roast. And I know this isn't going to be enough. So that's going to be my next canning projects for helping to fill my canning shelf for the winter. That's going to bring this video to an end. I just brought a couple of canning projects to you. They're ones that I've done before. Please check the description box below for more detailed on some of them. I'm pretty sure I have some on all of them, the beans, the cranberry juice, and the Mrs. Wages. I will find those links and put them in the description box below if you want them more detailed. I was kind of detailed in this, but yet not. It all depended on how busy I was that day. So it's nice to have extra things on my shelf for the wintertime. We didn't really need the beans, but they're a great filler, and it's soup and chili season right now, so it's nice to have that. Like if I'm out of the kidney beans, I can use any other bean in chili. So chilies and soups they're very versatile, and the beans come in handy. All right, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and I want you folks to make it a great day.